The protagonist of the movie is Ben, a youthful 25-year-old with an innocent face, consistently exhibiting kindness and gentleness towards others. Initially appearing as the embodiment of an ideal friend, reality unveils a contrary truth. Although Ben is not a serial killer, he possesses an extraordinary ability to pause time and act without inhibition. Exploiting this power, he engages in questionable activities such as undressing women and pursuing his preferred hobby, painting. Be it amidst busy streets, supermarkets, or even in a cinema, Ben freezes attractive women in time to create nude portraits. However, his life wasn't always marked by such actions. In the past, Ben led a typical life like the rest of us, complete with a loving girlfriend and promising prospects for the future. The narrative then takes us back 5 weeks earlier, to the moment when everything began to unravel. In this crucial scene, Ben becomes entangled in a heated argument with his girlfriend, Suzy, who belittles him as a failure. Frustrated, Ben chooses to end the relationship, intensifying Suzy's anger. As she throws objects in his direction, time inexplicably slows down for Ben, altering the course of events. Following their breakup, Suzy swiftly moves on, seeking solace in the company of another man. Ben, distressed, observes them together in the college cafeteria. To distract himself, he enrolls in art classes, drawn to his lifelong passion for portrait making. Surprisingly, he excels, earning praise even from his teacher for his talent in creating remarkably lifelike human portraits. However, during the nights, Ben grapples with immense struggles. He finds himself unable to shake off thoughts of Suzy whenever he closes his eyes. As days pass, insomnia takes hold of Ben, rendering him unable to sleep for even an hour. Recollections of his ex-girlfriend gradually overwhelm him, plunging him into a deep state of depression. Consumed by regret and sorrow, Ben eventually reaches out to Suzy, imploring her to reconsider and return to him. He apologizes for the turmoil their relationship has become, pledging never to repeat the same mistakes. Despite Ben's desperate pleas, Suzy remains steadfast, rejecting his entreaty and ending the call. This dissent further propels Ben into a profound abyss of desolation. In the following days, he makes efforts to occupy himself. Ben immerses himself in books, loses himself in movies, and embarks on solitary journeys to neighboring towns. However, as night falls, insomnia tightens its grip on him, hindering his ability to divert his focus from the haunting memories. Consequently, he starts wandering aimlessly under the shroud of darkness. One night, he finds himself at a nearby supermarket, captivated by a notice advertising a night shift position. Recognizing it as an ideal opportunity to occupy his time and earn some extra money, Ben promptly submits his application. The next day, he secures an interview with the manager, Jenkins, and successfully lands the position. A sense of happiness, elusive for quite some time, washes over Ben, instilling in him a strong intuition that his life is on the verge of transformation. As Ben settles into his new role, he observes how each of his colleagues approaches the task of passing time during the night shift in their own unique ways. Among them, the cashier Sharon adopts a particularly distinctive strategy. She consistently obscures the clock with various objects, convinced that time will move more slowly if she avoids looking at it. Then there's Barry Brickman, a mischievous character who seldom takes work seriously. Alongside his equally playful friend, Matt Stevens, he partakes in various pranks on female customers, discreetly placing adult toys in their bags. While some customers are taken aback upon discovery, others surprisingly choose to keep the unexpected items. Among the night shift employees, their boss Jenkins stands out as the one least concerned about time. He often indulges in egotistical monologues about his success and wealth, during which time seems to fly by for him. However, Ben employs a particularly unconventional method to pass the time. In the depths of his profound sadness, Ben disconnects himself from the constraints of time and reality. Essentially, he harnesses his superhuman abilities to pause time and freeze his surroundings, allowing him to pursue his desires without restriction. While some might exploit such a power for personal gain or engage in inappropriate activities, Ben chooses to channel his abilities towards honing his artistic talents. Fueled by his admiration for the female form, he randomly selects customers and delicately captures their essence by sketching their portraits. It's crucial to note that Ben's intentions are purely artistic. He harbors no lascivious feelings towards his subjects. Instead, he aims to ensure that his passion for art remains untarnished. Once he completes the sketches, he dresses his subjects back and cracks his fingers, allowing time to resume its flow. This has become Ben's way of life, a situation he may not be proud of, but it keeps him from the depths of depression and insanity. Gradually, he finds himself diverting from Suzy. Back at home, Ben often spends time with his best friend, Sharon, with whom he has shared a bond since childhood. Sharon is the polar opposite of Ben, as his sole pursuit is getting intimate with women. It is revealed that Sharon has visited every strip club in the city. One night, during his night shift, Ben encounters the cashier Sharon in the locker room. He appears to have a crush on her but struggles to express his feelings. While engaging in conversation, the amiable cashier surprises him by taking a bite of his sandwich. A tiny pickle fragment adheres to Sharon's cheek, leading to her awkward attempts to remove it without success. Witnessing her struggle, Ben intervenes and wipes it away, creating a remarkably cheesy moment between the two. After a while, Sharon decides to depart, making her way towards the exit. Ben wishes to freeze the moment and bask in it for a week, but as he regains his senses, Sharon has already disappeared. Later, amidst his daily routine, Matt unexpectedly emerges from one of the stalls, disclosing his plans to go to the movies with Sharon. This leaves Ben devastated, prompting him to question his romantic misfortune. Reflecting on his past, Ben reminisces about his school days when he experienced his first love. The object of his affection was the brightest girl in the class, admired by everyone. A mishap led to her sprained arm, necessitating a hefty cast. Classmates regularly inscribed encouraging messages on it to boost her spirits. Ben, too nervous to approach her, missed the chance to write anything. Regrettably, his hesitation proved costly, as a few days later, the girl removed her cast. While everyone celebrated her full recovery, they noticed some hair growth on her arm, leading to teasing. Witnessing her distress, Ben decided to intervene, taking her aside to offer solace. He assured her that he would stand by her side, and their connection blossomed from friendship to love. One day, the girl unexpectedly approached Ben and boldly asked if he wanted to kiss her. Without hesitation, he eagerly agreed, and the two arranged to meet at their favorite spot over the upcoming weekend. Ben was overjoyed at the prospect of experiencing his first kiss, finding it difficult to sleep in the days leading up to the anticipated moment. When the weekend finally arrived, he arrived early at the designated spot, brimming with nervous excitement. However, the girl never showed up, shattering his heart. The following day at school, Ben discovered that the girl had relocated to another city with her parents, leaving him feeling utterly helpless and depressed for the first time. Fast forward to the present, Jenkins gathers all his employees and announces a friendly football match against his friend's team. Despite Ben and the others' reluctance, they find themselves with no choice but to participate. During the match, the supermarket team suffers a resounding defeat, clearly displaying their lack of expertise in the game. The opposing team effortlessly piles on the goals, resulting in a staggering score of 26-0. Fed up, Ben decides he's had enough and freezes time, seeking solace in the locker room. Unexpectedly, another person unfreezes and rushes out, revealing that Ben is not the sole possessor of the ability to manipulate time. After a while, he steps out and snaps his fingers, allowing time to revert back to its normal flow. In the midst of the ensuing chaos, Matt kicks the ball so haphazardly that it unexpectedly smacks Jenkins squarely in the face. Jenkins is swiftly rushed to the hospital, and the rest of the teammates disperse, leaving Ben and Sharon alone in the now deserted field. In the subsequent scene, the duo opts for a break at a nearby diner, intending to delve deeper into each other's lives. It's during this conversation that Ben discovers Sharon is, in fact, single, and Matt's previous remarks about dating her were merely in jest. As they open up to each other, Sharon unveils her aspirations to Ben, who reciprocates by sharing his own dreams. She confesses a long-standing desire to connect with a painter, believing they possess a unique ability to perceive true beauty in the world. Their dialogue flows effortlessly, highlighting the undeniable chemistry between them. Following their casual rendezvous, Ben escorts Sharon home. However, their first kiss ends awkwardly as he mistakenly pecks her cheek instead of her lips, much to her disappointment. The following day, with Jenkins now bearing disfigurement, he announces plans to host a birthday bash to celebrate his special day. Sharon extends an invitation to Ben, asking him to be her date, an offer he enthusiastically accepts. Jenkins later assigns various tasks to the boys for party preparations, with Ben given the responsibility of hiring a stripper. Despite his unfamiliarity with such matters, Ben knows just the right person to assist him. Turning to his best friend, Sean, Ben promises to bring him along to the party if they successfully complete the job. Together, they venture to a local club, where Sean's expertise proves valuable as he arranges for a dancer to entertain at the event. The following morning, Ben receives an unexpected call from an anonymous art enthusiast. This mysterious individual claims to own an art gallery in the city and expresses genuine interest in showcasing Ben's work. Thrilled by what seems like the first recognition of his art, Ben is overjoyed. Unbeknownst to him, it's merely a prank call orchestrated by Barry and Matt. Undeterred, he prepares for the evening's party and goes to pick up Sharon. Excitedly, he shares the news of an esteemed organization's interest in showcasing his art. Sharon offers genuine congratulations, and they head to the party together. Upon their arrival, the festivities are already in full swing. Sean faces rejection, Matt and Barry dance wildly, and Jenkins commands the DJ booth. Barry spots his ex-girlfriend, Suzy, among the guests, who happens to be Jenkins' brother's girlfriend. The stripper arrives, adding to the party's fervor, with Sean notably connecting with her. Meanwhile, Ben encounters Suzy in the bathroom, where she attempts to forcibly reconcile with him, even kissing him against his will. Ben rebuffs her advances, but Sharon witnesses the scene and leaves in anger before Ben can explain. Desperate to clarify the misunderstanding, Ben visits Sharon's apartment, but her rage blinds her to his explanations, leading to a heated exchange and Ben storming out. Heartbroken by the breakup, Ben falls back into depression and insomnia, with his only hopeful anticipation being the appointment with the supposed art gallery. When he finally attends, he realizes it was a ruse, but the owner's interest is piqued by Ben's sketches of Sharon, prompting further examination. As expected, the gallery owner is impressed and offers Ben a night to showcase his work. A few days later, Sharon receives an official invitation to Ben's art display. Despite her lingering anger, she decides to attend. Upon arrival, she is stunned to discover that each piece is a portrait of her. Ben reveals that he ceased painting other women and devoted himself entirely to capturing Sharon's essence because she was the love of his life. Overwhelmed by the realization of Ben's unwavering love, Sharon forgives him without the need for explanations. She understands the depth of his affection through his artwork. Moved by this revelation, they draw closer and share a tender kiss amidst the art gallery's ambience. In the final scene, Ben utilizes his newfound ability to freeze time, allowing both him and Sharon to move freely in the suspended world. They step out into the snow, surrounded by millions of suspended snowflakes. Finally, the couple shares another passionate kiss, bringing the movie to a blissful conclusion.